You're live.
Hello again, folks. There you are, CJ. Okay, we're good. All right,
Yeah, I'm
I'm good.
gonna hop off because I didn't really watch much Smackdown. So this
Okay,
is all you as well, but
all right.
there you go.
Okay, thanks, bro. Thanks for everything.
Yep.
All right, take care. All right, here you go, all. How y'all doing? I'm back. I'm not, and we're gonna continue on here with this past SmackDown review. So we ended off at the first match was the which was the Brawling Brutes against Sammy and Solo Squad, and basically. There was a roll up pin by Butch to give the Brawling Brutes the victory, and it was basically thanks again to more arguing between Sammy and Jey Uso. Jay was like, "Hey, I'm trying to help you out," but Sammy's like, "No, no, I got this, I got this." But still, they may look like at times that they're getting along, but let's face it, they can't stand each other. So you can blame that, or you can just call it like a lack of concentration by at least Sammy. I mean, Solo was into the match pretty much on his own, and Sammy was just, if you will, all over the place, right? So So again, thanks to thanks to the ongoing deception in the ranks, if you will, between Jey Uso and Sammy, it cost the Bloodline the match, and the Brutes end up picking up the victory. So next match we have here is the Maxim male models, Marseille and Monsoir, against the New Day. Um, there was. There was a Rick Martel reference by Kofi Kingston during a pre-match interview, and that gave me a nice flashback. For those of you who may not have heard of Rick Martel, he was another superstar, like from way back in the day, like late '80s into early '90s. He was like this model type character, and he was an amazing wrestler, like an amazing, yeah.
She
Yes,
says
CJ.
way back like it's like 60s and 70s.
No,
He
no,
was
no,
late
no.
80s, early 90s. Come
Yeah,
on now.
yeah, yeah.
Not
Okay.
way back, just way
Yeah,
back.
not way back. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, in correction, not so much way back, but yeah, '80s, early '90s. He was an amazing wrestler, amazing submission wrestler to be exact. Um, so that gave me a nice flashback. And also there was a plug by either Michael Cole or Wade Barrett had mentioned it. Oh yeah, Michael Cole did. He had mentioned that Xavier Woods from New Day is going to be on a. If you all like game shows like I do, Xavier Woods is going to be playing on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune tomorrow night on, I believe, ABC. It shows in the States, ABC. So that'll be fun to watch. And Wade Barrett made a funny crack. He was like, "Oh, can I buy a consonant?" And Michael Cole says like, "No, it's buying a vowel." So that was a neat little plug to that show. So that'll be fun to watch. Xavier Woods on the Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. And for what it's worth, the Miz was also on the first season of that show, like last year. So he did well, but it's fun to see the superstars outside the ring doing different shows, like whether it's game shows, movies, maybe other TV appearances. So that's always fun to see. In terms of moves in this match, there was a splash off the top rope by Kofi onto Mansoir's spine. Now, a splash is usually When the opponent is like flat on his or her back, and a splash is usually off the top rope. But if I remember correctly, Mansoor was turned onto his side, so or onto like his back was to the mat. So the move was delivered to his spinal area. Oh, we got Zach Attack back here. He just wanted to check in and say, hey, can't join tonight. Hopefully next week. Okay, that's no problem, Zach. But good to see you. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free. Hang out in the comments section if you'd like. Good to see you again. Okay, so not really other moves sort of stood out to me in this match. Match ended by the midnight hour finisher for the New Day, gives them the victory. Um, Not a bad match overall. The New Day is always fun to watch, and I mean, for what it's worth, I still miss Big E, and but thanks to his neck surgery, it doesn't look like we may not see him ever again in a wrestling match, or for that matter, in a ring anymore. So that's a shame. But always kudos goes to Woods and Kingston. Okay, the next match on SmackDown here was the SmackDown Women's title match. Ronda Rousey was giving a an open challenge and to the SmackDown Women's title, and the superstar who answered it was a returning Emma. Emma was in WWE a few years ago. She's from Australia, and she had a pretty good run, but apparently more of a run in NXT. Now, again, forgive me, I don't watch NXT at all, so I don't know much about her NXT background, but I do remember her from a few years ago. So the first move I noticed was a sidestep by Emma to avoid a knee attack on the steel steps. Ronda's knee hits the steps. So, for it, at that point, Emma wasn't showing that much in terms of ring rust. She seemed to have been holding her ground for the first part of the match. To have the awareness to step aside and not being hit by a knee by Ronda. So that was a good move on Emma's part. And then there was a countered head scissors by Emma into a side Russian leg sweep. So again, that comes in context to impact combined with counter move. So that's always impressive. So you know, at at certain points, I found myself, looking and watching Emma, and that at times she looked like pretty ring rusty, just coming back into the ring, and then other times she looked like she was very much holding her ground and doing as well as she can as against a very well experienced and of course champion like Ronda. And then I have here Piper's Pit by Rousey, followed by an armbar submission to retain the title. So again, the combination of uh, high impact uh, high impact move into a submission. Ronda's one of the best at it. Being able to combine any kind of moves together always makes for an impressive finish, and she did that well. And but let's face it, there was no way. Although, you could have had an upset or for the returning Emma to give her the title, but good for Ronda. I'll always respect her, and she's an amazing fighter overall. Not a bad match, but it's always awesome to see Ronda, and she'll who knows, she'll most likely have a new open challenge or next title shot for for whoever's her next challenger is, probably sooner than later. Okay. Next match we have here from SmackDown was Legado del Fantasma, who I'm still, for the record, getting familiar with, against Hit Row and another returning, who I was very happy with, a returning Shinsuke Nakamura, who we hadn't seen in quite a while. It was nice to see Nakamura again after a while. Hello again, CJ.
Hey, can I say something real quick
Of course,
about
go ahead.
Ronda Rousey?
Sure, absolutely.
She was a great UFC fighter, great MMA
Yes,
fighter, one of the
absolutely.
best.
And she
But
brought it to the WWE. Yeah, no question.
well, she did. But the thing is, MMA and UFC and WWE are completely different things. When
Hmm.
you're in MMA slash UFC, the
Hmm.
goal here is to win, to
Yeah,
fight until you can't fight
yeah.
anymore, to whoop
Hmm.
your opponent's ass. In
That's
the
right.
WWE, the goal is to entertain people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I've seen comments from people saying that she doesn't entertain them. She's not
Mm,
entertaining
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
And I think she needs to learn the business of sports entertainment.
Hmm.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah. It does sort of. I know what you mean. Like she's not so much a character. She's just more of a fighter. Yeah, I know what
Facts.
you. I know what
Yes.
I know what you're getting at. Yeah, but it to be honest, in that sense, that's why I respect her. Like, she doesn't act like a lot of the other um female
Women.
wrestlers, especially. Yeah.
She doesn't. No,
Sh
she's got a
Yeah,
unique presence. I mean,
yeah.
she does.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think that I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. I'm sorry.
No, no, I know exactly where you're coming from, and you're making a lot of sense. But the fact that she actually wrestles and like I've said all along, she doesn't act like a Barbie doll. She actually
See now, if she
looks
carries
tough.
her, but the thing is, like when she's a baby face, and she's
Hmm.
not a baby face right now, she's obviously a heel.
Yeah.
But when she's a baby face, she
Hmm.
comes out through the curtain just smiling, waving, and
Yeah.
clapping hands with the fans. That's not what
Hmm.
the people want to see as the
Yeah.
baby face. I
Yeah.
mean, they want to see the ass whooping machine.
That's
Like you
right.
piss me off, I'm gonna come whoop your ass.
Yeah.
That's
But
what they
let's
want
face.
from her, and she
Yeah.
comes out, she's like kissing babies, slapping hands. It's like,
Hmm.
no, no,
Not
that's not
anymore.
Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey.
Yeah, she's called the baddest woman on the planet for a reason,
Facts.
and yeah, I like in a way, I like her better as the heel. But you know what? Um, it's not like, and I've also said this all along. It's not like back in the day where um, it's not like you're told who to cheer or to boo for, but it was
No.
more obvious who the faces and the heels were back in the day. But these
Right.
days, fans seem to pick and choose who they cheer and who they boo for. So, Ronda may be the heel now, but you still hear a big, pretty big response and good response for Rousey when she comes around. You know,
Yeah.
so
I just
it's no question. Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
no question about it. Yeah,
That's
that's
all.
nice.
All right.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Thanks for your input.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Always appreciate CJ's input. He's cool. He's the goat. I'm the boat. He's the goat. There you go. At least of retro rawdown. Okay, so again, we have here Legado del Fantasma against Hit Row and Nakamura. Um, yeah, again, Nakamura looking great for his in-ring return. Absolutely no ring rust. Um, he was well matched against Escobar of Fantasma because they're both
Shinsuke
about
was on
the same
NXT.
size. Yeah, they had they ever faced together in NXT?
Shinsuke and Escobar? No.
Yeah. No. Okay. Because these Phantasma guys are fairly new.
I'll stick
Um,
around, I guess. Why not?
okay, whatever you want, sure. So then I wrote down here a wow moment. Top Dollar scaling the top rope to deliver it was like an Undertaker old school move. Like he literally scaled across the top rope and chopped down
Yeah, so
his
it was the
uh,
old
his
school.
opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very much, or very, at least very similar to it. But the
What
real
was the
wow part,
difference?
not much of a difference. I mean, it was more like a jump up to the top rope because he was doing like for a bigger guy. This was the wow moment for the bigger guy. He was doing sort of like a
So he
lucha
didn't scale the rope. He
move.
didn't walk across the ropes and
He
jump.
did. He did. He did.
Oh, so it's, so
That's
it's the
what it
same
was.
move, it's a different
It
guy.
was. It was. Yeah, a different guy, but in a way, a different way too, because he had jumped he had jumped up to the top rope. Where there was Taker, what he used to do was climb up to the top
I
rope and
got
then
you. I got
scale
you.
it. Yeah, so
He
that's
hopped
that
up
was different.
and yeah, okay.
Exactly, and the
So his
wow
athleticism, yeah.
exactly, the wow factor was that a bigger guy like Top Dollar was able to do that. You know, even the commentator said it was like, oh, he's doing like a lucha libre move, but you're more familiar with the high flyer guys doing moves like that, not a big guy like Top Dollar. So that was the wow moment in that perspective. Um, so so overall, uh, no really other moves really stood out to me in this match. The Kinshasa by Nakamura gives his team the victory, and again, I
And
for
we
one
got a
was yeah,
Zach says, "Hey, just wanted to check in and say, hey, can't join tonight. Hopefully next week." All right, Zach.
yeah, more than welcome to comment if you like on anything. No,
Yeah.
no question.
Zach was here last week with us.
That's right. That's right. He was. Yeah. Yeah, with his NXT title and everything. That was cool. Okay, so yeah, the best part of this match for me again was to see Nakamura come back because he's definitely one of my favorites, no question. And I met him for that matter, so I have a loyalty. So I've built up a loyalty for Shin, no question. Okay, so the last match we have here is Karrion Cross against Madcap Moss. Cross versus Moss. I had to throw that in. I know
I
you're
heard
the
this
rapper
match was
here,
good.
so
I heard this one
yeah,
was really good.
yeah, they were very well matched. I mean, you know, you have the little more tough and powerful in Cross, whereas Moss is a little more what can you call it, like technical, um, you know, like not as powerful, but still very well rounded
Submission savvy.
superstar. Submission savvy, exactly. That's right. Yeah. So one of the things I noticed here at first, Madcap Moss was in total control of this match for at least the first few minutes. Like the Cross had no chance in the first little bit of the match, but then you know, he had his moments. Like I had mentioned this in the first part of the review. You know, you get you get for sure one-on-one matches where one superstar has the momentum and then it shifts over. So this was a perfect example. Then I have here yeah, a deliberate pace by Cross compared to a more in your face style of Moss. So you got two different styles of fighting, but still made for an overall pretty good match.
Can
Um,
I
I
ask
wrote,
you a
yeah,
question?
sure.
Do you see Madcap or who did he face this week?
Karen Cross.
Okay, do you see either one of those two as the Intercontinental or the United States champion?
Madcap for sure. Yes. I'd like to
Really?
see him with a title. I'd like to see him with one of those titles. Yes. Yes, I would. Hmm.
Really?
Yes, I would.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
As a matter
I
of
don't
fact,
see
now that I
either
think,
one of them as champion or of any division. So
I think Metcalf has earned it because don't forget he did win the battle royal, the
yeah, but
Andre
so
the
did
Giant Memorial Battle
Cesaro, and how
Royal.
did that turn out for
Yeah,
him?
yeah. Well, he was champion too. He was he
Yeah,
was a tag
tag
team champion.
champion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tag
but
champion. Yeah, I'd like to see Madcap with either one of those titles. Like that would, you know what? Even though Madcap has a slight disadvantage when it comes to size, a match with Madcap and Gunther for the IC title would be amazing. And
are
um,
you
you still,
kidding? Are you
well,
kidding me,
in a way,
bro?
it would.
Natasha.
Yes, sir.
I call you Natasha. I always call you Nats. When I call you Natasha,
Yes, yes.
Walter would eat him alive.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Facts.
Hmm. I guess you're right, but Madcap would have his moments. You know, like he would, he
Oh, I'm
it wouldn't
sure they
be
would
a
give him a belly
total.
to belly, but come on now.
Hmm. It wouldn't be a total knockout. You know, it would be a pretty equal match. But yeah, Gunther would have the size advantage. There's no question. Um, I mean, maybe if you want to give a prediction, uh, he's going to face Mysterio next this coming Friday for the IC title. Does Ray have a decent chance?
Don't you dare! Don't you dare sit there and tell me that Ray's gonna win.
I don't know. I really can't. I really can't pull out a prediction there. It's all speculation to me. You never know. I don't know what to think. No, big
Uh-huh.
question mark there. But what are your thoughts? A little preview, if you will.
Well, my preview.
Yeah.
Walter's gonna squash Ray like a bug.
Yeah. Again, you're probably right.
That's what's gonna happen.
Hmm. Yeah.
No, they're gonna give Walter the Brock Lesnar treatment.
Hmm. Interesting. That's what it seems like lately, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The people
You're
are
right.
like, oh, him versus Sheamus, him versus Cesaro, him versus William Regal, him
Mhm.
versus da da da. It doesn't matter who you put him up against.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah.
win.
He's a pretty powerful fella, isn't he? Yeah.
He's a
And,
strong dude.
strong dude, and he probably will hold on to the IC title for quite a while. Who knows how long? But he'll have decent challengers.
I mean, I'll
As
take you this. I don't even see Solo Sequoia or Sequoia. How do you say it? Sequoia?
Sokoa. Sokoa.
Sequoia.
That's
I don't
okay.
even see him winning against Walter.
Yeah. Yeah. You call him Walter, eh? I
I
stick with
do.
Gunther. I stick with Gunther. Yeah. Because I'm used
Gunther's
to
the guy
that.
from Friends. Come on now.
That's fine. Yeah, but you know what? Maybe they should give Solo an IC title shot. You know, after having to
A
give up
shot.
the North
A
American title.
shot, not a
Yeah,
win, but a shot.
yeah, a shot at least. Yeah, a win would be nice, but at least a shot. Yeah.
Well,
So
but
for the
no,
rec,
because
yeah.
the thing is, if it's a shot,
Hmm.
then what do you do at that point? You know,
Hmm.
I mean, do you give it to Sequoia in the bloodline and let them run
Mm,
amok over all the visions? Or you let Gunther continue his reign of dominance?
mm. I don't know. Again, it's all spec. You never know. All right,
Uh,
I got to wrap this up pretty quick. I've been on here quite a while. So for the record, the way the match ended, so there was a wow moment. Spine buster by Moss. Again, Moss being the smaller guy to give
mhm.
spine buster to the bigger guy Cross was amazing. Um, Forearm to the back of the head gives Cross the pinfall victory. You know what? I was pulling for Madcap most of this match because, like I said, he had the momentum and the control most of the match. But um, now that I think of it, what's her name? I don't think Scarlett interrupted or interfered at all. So it
I
actually
know,
surprised.
which makes her like useless.
Yeah, yeah. So it actually surprised me a little bit that Cross ended up picking up the victory. So not a bad match overall. Yeah, actually, Madcap is fun to watch. So it's always fun to see him fight. So not a bad match overall. And overall, the show itself was pretty good. But I'd say, if you decide to do Raw Down by yourself next week, you'll have a lot to talk about because the shows before a premium live event or pay per view are always more exciting, to say the very least. So I'm sure if you'll do it, you'll have a lot to talk about.
True.
Yeah, facts.
This
Facts.
Monday's Halloween, so I don't know what they're gonna do,
Yeah,
but
exactly. I'm sure there'll be some kind of what do they call it, like spooktacular match or something. I don't know, maybe some kind of no holds barred match or whatever. You know.
that's cringy spooktacular match.
Mm-hmm. Not bad. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Walter
Uh,
can't touch Dark Willow. Dark Willow would beat Walter. Who's Dark Willow?
oh fuck you, Frank.
Oh, that's Frank. Oh my god.
Walter can't touch Dark Willow. Dark Willow is a Buffy character, bruh.
Oh, pardon
Frank, I
me.
see you. You're not getting past me. No,
That's
no,
pretty funny. Mm. All
no,
right.
Dark Willow. I'm not even going to explain this one. Now I'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll see you
Okay,
later,
sounds
folks.
good. All right.
I'll
Take
see you
care.
next week, guys. Later.
Don't end it yet. I just want to give my final words. All right.
Go.
Peace out, bro. All right.
We'll say your final words.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks. Thank you. All right. So, guys, that'll do it for this week's SmackDown review, along with our Part One Raw review and little spooktacular music show, if you will. So we
Music
hope you all had,
festival.
yeah, music festival, exactly. We hope you all had fun with that, and yeah, again, I'm sorry to say I'll be missing out in action in terms of podcasting, but my next podcast will be this coming, well, not this coming, but the following Wednesday.
Happy birthday to Mama Natasha.
Oh, thanks. That's nice. That's nice, bro. Yeah, mom says thank you.
I want to see happy
Um,
birthday. I want to see happy birthday comments in the chat for her mom.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's nice of you to say. I appreciate that. My mom does too. So that's nice. Thank you. So yeah, my next podcast here will be with Frank. We'll do a review of the Survivor Series from 1992, and we'll continue our new generation era pay per view reviews. And then yeah, I'll be back here with CJ to do our next retro raw down and yeah, CJ, if you decide to go for it for a Crown Jewel review if you want.
I might do a live watch along with Crown Jewel.
Okay, sounds good.
So until next time,
Yeah.
she's Nat. I'm CJ. We'll
All
see
right.
y'all next time.
Thank you.